We got our first booking. I think that's when we just decided to become pay as you go. Got my first booking, and I went to Napa, and then I went to. I remember we first come on the strip, all excited, young, and our shorts and whatever, and it's there, and then the first bar we went to, I just never forget. Dun, 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 dun. I was like, what? I was like, that's not my tune. And the man was like, Then we went to the other bar. And it's like, I was like, And went to another bar. I was like, I was like, that whole trip, they just rinsed my tune. Like, it was nice. Yeah, it was nice. For me as a young little kid, I was inside, but I was too cool for the man them. Man them wouldn't know I was gas, but inside, you couldn't chat to me.
Yes, I'm from a place where
you couldn't chat to me. You couldn't chat to me. I knew I was the G. So it was fun. But that was it. That and Pay As You Go, that was the beginning of the transition. I kind of just said, you know, like, I let the streets go from there, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Where did that chart?
That charted number 31 national charts independently, because it was, everyone thought it was on a major label, but it wasn't. It was a independent label called Tony for Liberty Records, because he kind of signed it off another independent label, that the guy who had the studio called Relentless, and he kind of shot it to Tony, and Tony had more industry links, and then I got bumped on that, my first advance as well. Yeah, I was meant to get more money. We didn't make no more than 10 bags advance on that, And then, but I got a big publishing check. That's what nice me. That's what everyone was like, right, this guy's made it. Yeah. But it's my publishing. I didn't have a record contract. I didn't have a recording contract. I didn't have no album deal. Right. So when you have an album deal and a publishing deals for your songwriting and the albums for your recording. So a lot of people that were getting like videos and like the Soul Solids and that, they were getting whatever, they were getting a lot of marketing dollars, where I just got a big fat publishing check as a songwriter for the actual song serious. Right. I'm saying, so I didn't get the small releases, you know what I'm saying, from the album, backed by a major, like a Sony or whatever, only until the Pay As You Go thing got signed. That's when I got signed to a major. Right. Yeah, so that whole episode there was crazy. But
because that was like the first to chart, really, that I can remember.
Yeah, that's what Wiley keeps on saying. It's like, you had the first song, you had the first song.
Who was next? Was it when did More Fire come? Before or after Soul Solid?
Yeah.
I'm saying before or after Soul Solid.
Way after Soul Solid. Soul Solid was first. Soul Solid was the first.
Soul Solid,
yeah,
I was in jail for all of that.
You was.
I went back.
You went back. I remember when I come out and I saw Casualty on the screen, and I was like, hold on a minute. These guys got Avex jackets on. These guys look like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of related to them. Like, they look like a bit Mandem-ish. Like, they're on TV and then they're doing their little thing. And then I saw the Oh No thing or the Mega Man thing, and I was like, raw, this thing can really work. This is like, we can see ourselves on the TV. And that's what kind of drive man even more. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that was it.
Because knowing Joe, it was a bigger deal as well. Imagine hearing the tunes on radio.
I didn't know what it would be like.
Do you get what I'm trying to say on radio? It was like, nah, Max is gone.
Yeah, it must have been mad for you. Like, because I didn't even think of it like that.
Even More Fire and that, where man know them as well. It's like, right, don't lie.
Because it's mad, because with More Fire, especially Lethal, his name's Maxwell, innit? That's his real name, innit? So he's from, but I never knew him like that. I more knew Oz and I knew Nico at the time. And then they were at Chubby Dread studio through Nicky, through Slim. Slim brought them to his studio, Platinum 45 studio. So obviously Leytonstone man knew the man them. So we'd come down there and I'll be like, oh, okay. So I met them not there, and he's like, yeah, there's these young little kids doing their thing. And I was like, I was really serious and really established. So I was like, Cha man, you man, come with me to a couple shows, man. And I like the look of you, them, they're doing their thing. So I remember bringing Ozzy and Nico or whatever to a couple shows and that. And yeah, I was fully backing them. You know what I mean? And then, then they had their hit. Oi, and that was it. They entered
Did Chubby bump them?
Do you know what it is? That's a good question to ask because
No,
I don't really
I
know
heard
their
him bump
personal.
them still.
People talk about people's affairs, but I don't.
I'm
really,
gonna get them on here.
I don't really know
Don't-
their personal affairs and
Yeah,
like that.
I'm
But
gonna
there's
get them on
obviously
here. I'm gonna
rumors
get
always
them
fly
on
around
here.
about
I'm gonna
different
get them
stuff. But I'm sure I think didn't Legal mention it or
I don't know.
I don't know who mentioned it, but apparently things happen. But I don't know. But I think to be fair though, if it wasn't for Chubby or
Yeah, come
Skenjin,
on.
they wouldn't have been more fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a, you know what I mean? I don't know how the logistics works with the paperwork, but if it wasn't for them, there would be no them. Yeah, definitely. But yeah.
Yeah, now big up them lot though.
Yeah, that was like the whole East London territory. So, you know what I mean? So that was the garage and the early grime days before it even got to grime. Yeah.
Then the pay as you go. How did that come around?
Yeah, that was mad because was you in jail with GIF?
Nah, me and Gift done Napa though.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember he
Napa,
went.
so.
He was called Pepsi back in the jungle days, and then Pay As You Go days became GIF. But okay, so Pay As You Go, I knew them from college. So Wiley and that, like Target. So down there, I knew them from college, and obviously I went out with the girl from the area. So I had a thing. Even like Target come and visit me when I was in prison. I was in Velton. So there was a relationship with them man anyway. So when I come out, it was just like, right, go straight back into it. But we was called Ladies Hit Squad. Me, Wiley and Target, we just done our own little thing on Rinse FM called Ladies Hit Squad. It's paid for the gallum. I host it, them two DJ, and it's for the gallum. And then Wiley made the No We beat one day and he said like, yo, come studio, I got this tune. So I was like, I remember he had a little floppy disc and he was loading up his sounds in the studio. And I was like, and I remember hearing the beat like, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, yo, this is cold, you know? And he was like, yeah, I got Jerome to like, he goes, I got Gift to do a hook. And he's like, and I heard the hook, I was like, no, you don't know. I was like, okay, this is bang. He's like, yeah, all right, cool. All right, Ace, you go first. I'm gonna go second, Max, you go third, and then Gift, you close it, yeah? I was like, all right, cool. So everyone had their little thing. He goes, even Wiley was like, yeah, I want you to spit that bar. Well, what do you mean? He had it all mapped out in his head, like he knew what we were wanting to think. I was like, okay. So Ace done his one, everybody wants to be on top shot, like coming in and that. I was like, all right. So Wiley's like, William, how am I gonna make a million? Yeah, R.I.P. my brother, man. That's another next thing, some mad thing. And then I come in with, how do you mean? Empty, reload, and clean the magazine. It's like, people was just like, yo, these guys are just on things. And then Gift closed down his part, and that song there, it weren't a Pay As You Go song. It was just No We, but there were Pay As You Go members on there, and they were like Ladies Hit Squad members, which is me. Right. So what we decided to do is when we serviced it around a little while, like to a couple people and whatever. But I think Wiley sold a couple of 1,000 whites with one of the guys that are around, Nicky Adnan and them lot. Yeah, the record shop in Bethnal Green. And after that, when I went on one of my little trips to France as a booking on the agency, I met a guy called T-Bone, and he had the Kai and Sparks tune, Rolling with the SDK, he had that tune. So I must have said to him, hey, what now, boom, I got a little squad called Pay As You Go, da-da-da-da. I remember playing with Novi on a TDK 90, bro, all hissy and that, you get me? I remember us winding it, like pull it in, he played it, and he was like, yeah, I like this, you know. Yeah, who made this? I said, oh, my brethren Wiley. He goes, bring it down to my studio. I said, is it? He said, yeah. So, all right, cool. Boom. So I said to Wiley, look, I met the guy who made the Guy in Sparks tune. Blah, blah. You know, man, just trying to make music. Yeah. I said, bro, you got to go down. He said, all right, cool. We went to the studio. Master Steps was in the building. Shy FX was in that same building. So there was other industry people there. So we're meeting them. I'm like, okay. So he played him the song. And he's like, Wiley's gone, yeah. He goes, all right, I want to sign it. So Wiley's gone, I don't know. So he kind of left it. I left there, kind of got on with my life. But while all that was going on and I'm getting on my life, Wiley's double back there, as man do, and I'm gone and shot him 3 tunes for about $1 each. So he shot him No We, Terrible,
Mad.
and I Will Not Lose. Like, he's one of the 3 biggest road tunes. He shot them 3. But what T-Bone had, what none of us had, he had infrastructure.
He had the engine.
Yeah, he had the engine. So he had Solid City label. His partner that he had the label with was Ricky, who was partnered with Tony McMahon, who ran ISFM. And ISFM, Tony McMahon had Exposure, which is the Rave Coliseum. So that whole network, soon as we gave him the No We, T-Man was like, alright. Power play, ISFM, every single day. So West London was getting fevered. We're from East, we're gonna get peppered anyway, and then everything else just started spreading. It's that domino effect. And then as that No We got big, randomly, obviously the thing that I done serious was literally No We just was more of an underground thing as a group thing, and then serious come out of nowhere. Literally it just went boom. Tony got it, promoted it, radio, locked it down, club anthem, Napa, that was it. Got signed, got my publishing check. Video, done my video in Peckham, Burgess Park, and that was it. Before that, I was doing interviews on T4, Children's BBC. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was just coming with my big chain, my gully self, road attitude, just straight rude boy, just no industry etiquette at all. Like, just no interviews were just like, just road, man. Like,
it's just raw, innit?
Like, very raw, very raw. It was all new to us.
Yeah.
It was all new. But I never forget though, I remember going to one PA in
I think they liked that though. I think they kind of liked it a bit.
It was different.
It was different, innit?
I ended up badding up people like my dad's friends. Like, I'll be going to like, I remember, was it Jigs? Or was it, bless him, Jigs, I think it was Jigs. One of his people, they booked us and whatever. And then I remember they weren't paying us our money. And I was just switching, rude boy mode, straight coming like, yo, want our money, we're mashing up this whole thing. Everything's getting lit, man. I know your dad. I don't give a fuck about you know my dad. You know like the rude boys, like, I don't give a shit if you know my dad. But now looking back, I'm thinking, raw man, this is messing my dad's people. Like,
oh my god.
Like, I'm on the same stage as your dad. I don't give a fuck about.
Pick up your dad as well, you know.
Huh?
You got to pick up your dad.
Yeah, my dad big up Natty B. He was on Choice FM, WNK, Kiss FM, Rastaman, big reggae DJ doing this thing for years. Yeah. So I just little things like that. I had it was raw. Early Maxwell was still street orientated.
Denzel.
Denzel. That was early Denzel was street orientated. And then it's only two I've got. It's only two there, yeah. So that's what was going on them times there. Like Pay As You Go. That's how we become Pay As You Go, and that's how it was ventured into the world, man.
So Bushkin was saying, because he was like, oh yeah, like even from Heartless point of view, or everyone on the road, was like you was the main one out of Pay As You Go, like the street one, to give it the credit. Yeah,
I know what it was.
Type of thing. So
man come out of prison, it wasn't like it's like 5-10 years ago. It was like very short gap. So when people are coming out of prison, they're like, yo, I was with my man. So everything my man's saying right now on the mic, I can relate because he's one of us, isn't it? He's a real one. He's been with us, not say because you go jail it means you're real, but just man knew my energy and what I was about, and whatever ends I was from, Peckham, Tottenham, Leighton, whatever every areas I was in, I was doing my thing. So people respected me for that. So when they see me doing the music thing, they're thinking, yo, go on, mate, like go on, like one of us is up there, kind of thing. So for me, a lot of people in Pay As You Go, I wasn't shy. You know what I mean? I weren't shy for nothing. Like, I was very bossy, very out there, very outspoken. So I would be the first one to speak. I'd be the first one to get in front. And I had a lot of experience from the serious thing, because when the serious kind of blew, it put me on a whole solo track on my own. I was just doing interviews on my own, going PAs on my own. I never forget, man, I went to one PA in Basel and the guy goes to me, is that it? I said, what do you mean, that it? He goes, bruv, you've just been in there for about 3 minutes. You said you booked serious, didn't you? He's like, that's how long the song lasts. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, bruv? Give my blood clot money. I just took the envelope from him and I bounced. But now looking back, that wasn't nice. That wasn't nice. Yeah. But that's how my mindset was. I was like, what? So people were like, So I was on my own. So when it comes to Pay As You Go,
they wanted you to do a proper set, innit?
Obviously. But when it comes to Pay As You Go days, it was like, I didn't mind taking a thing. So I was like, T4 or any channels, I was like, I'll speak. Because I was very ready. I really kind of understood that the camera's there. I knew when the red light's on, that means that camera's on. Yeah. I knew how to look. I knew how to set up. I knew how to wait and answer interviews where certain man would be shy. Like, what do you think? Who's your favourite artist or whatever? And I'm like looking all around and not looking at the camera.
That was like my thing with North Star. C will do the talking.
Oh, was that what you didn't want to do the talking?
Not interested.
Yeah, you have done your thing with North Star, man. I never forget when I was in Channel U days, because we was all putting our bits in Channel U, and I never forget, and I see them. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, fuck, about Black Clock time. You know them ones? They're like, okay. Man, them are really getting. I mean, man, them my hair now. Like, it's really. It was nice. It was nice to see, man.
Come on, fam. Real shit. You get me, but
there's so many stories.
The Pay As You Go from that. Because it sounds to me from hearing what you're saying and all that, like obviously you use the face, you use the street cred or whatever, but slightly still sounds like Wiley was like kind of the brain box. Not like that, because of how you said he put the tune together.
No, Wiley's, let me
with
say
the no way and all that.
Wiley's, what you got to understand is Will.
He was like that
super
Mr. X.
talented. He was, in other ways. Like, you might say I might have been the Wolverine character, because we all had characters, like, we all were like X-Men. Like, Wiley might have been like like, what's his name? My man, the wheelchair. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and then obviously you had Ace, and everyone had their little special powers. But yeah, with Will, I think with him, he weren't on commercial. He used to shy away from it. Anytime things were getting popular, I'm just like, get me the bread. I know where I'm coming from. I'm getting away. I don't want to sit in the juice no more. Like, I don't want to sit in the hood juice now. I'm outgrown now. I want to put them man. Okay, for instance, champagne dance video stylist. Now we're all having conversations. So what do you want to wear? I'm like, I'm like fur jacket. I need 2 gal on my arm. I want a fur jacket. I'm pimping this shit out. So I'm pimping this shit out. Man, I'm like, no, I'm gonna wear Averex. Man, wear that every day, boy. This is a video shoot. It's time to ball out. Like, get the wardrobe out. You
Love Like This. I know you saw Love Like This. Was Cassius Henry?
No, it was Jermaine Dupri. I saw
what I'm saying. She the one with North Star with Cassius Henry. You saw man at the fur out and all that.
So I think Champagne Dance was before that, you know.
No, just cool, man.
You know why? Because Champagne Dance was before.
No, it was before that. It was before that. But I'm saying, I know you saw how we came out.
Standard.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I didn't have to question, man.
If we're doing anything to do with video shoot,
yes,
we've got to come out like that. You get what I'm saying?
No, but you man them would know. When man them from the ends, the real man them would know to step out. You got a chance to shine, you shine, innit? Like, you step out. There was no point wearing everyday garb. I remember that one when you had the fur jackets as well.
Cause you're my honey baby, or because you love me way before the money, baby. I find it funny, baby, how your friends always diss me when they want me, baby. It's true.
My love, my friend, my everything, my life, my wife, you something. Like my car, like my cash, never give you in. I've been looking for love like this.
I wanna tell you how I feel. Hold you in my arms and tell you what's real. Will I leave the streets? I mean you chill. I think about you nearly every day, cause you blow my mind away.
I was never gonna just step out with just everyday clothes, because I'm a garms man anyway. So that just been. So I was like, nah, shit. What do I do? Well, I'm standing out. Fur jacket for me, no top, chain hanging, 2 arms and a chick, because it's a gallem thing. And that was
one of us, innit?
Yeah. So
one of us.
Yeah,
you get me?
that's how it was. That's what it was.
One of us. You get me?
And that's what it was for me. So that's how the mindset of the group was like. Them man, Wiley had his own little agendas. I had my own agenda. And then I think with the pay as you go for me, you know, being a part of the street and doing what we're doing, I had the solo track serious. So I kind of standed up on my own 2 feet anyway without the group. None of the people in the group had any solo tunes at the time. I was the only person who would be able to go to a dance and PA a tune on my jacks. And but what with Will, I think a lot of the time he didn't want to go commercial. Like, as in when we done school tours and we got on the school buses, him and Ace, they never made not one school tour, bruv. Like, I was willing to put in that work. I knew the grind. I knew the grind from Serious. I knew when the record company signs you and you go on the promo, I had all that experience. So when it was Pay As You Go's turn, like when we signed to Sony and with Champagne Dance, I was like, yeah, I'm ready for this stuff. I actually enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, let's work this, because I know what the end result's gonna be. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, cool. School bus turn up, 8 o'clock in the morning. These man ain't waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Man, they're coming out, man, banging man's door. Come on, bruv, you're making us late. Coming out with his do-rag, half asleep. What's Joker, man? Wiley not even no-show. Wiley's just a no-show. Man come to pull up, he's like, he's not, sounds not on. So we leave London and we going Birmingham schools, Manchester schools, like all over England schools, you know what I mean? And that for me was mad, because I think Will didn't really, when it started to get to that crossover, he was too. So I remember Champagne Arts video, that man went radio. Straight after, him and Dizzy, they went radio. I'm like, I'm a superstar, man made it, bro. Fuck radio. Like, but he was thinking, nah, it's a whole new world building up. But my thing was to escape. Like, I'm done with that. Like, I've been fucking battling to get out of that world on the street level, let alone music level. I'm one out. So whatever name's merch, show me the money, I'm getting the hell out of it. And then when the case, you don't know where you come from, I was like, no, what are you talking about? Man, that's where I come from here. But you know what I mean? But where I'm trying to go to is over there. But people didn't have that mindset at the time. So I think Will, he was like, nah, fuck it. And then when we all broke up, he decided to do his Roll Deep thing. So he was the master of that group. With Pay As You Go, it was too much bosses. We were all bosses. There was no leader.
Was it a messy breakup or no?
It was just a bait breakup. Everyone just started forming their own little football teams, innit?
Yeah.
Like, so one minute I'll be going to a dance and I see like, so Wiley will come with Bo. I come with like Leighton, a bit of Peckham, a bit of Tottenham, whatever. Then Plague will come with a bag of Hackney people. So there was all different energies around that. It was like a massive entourage of people. But the reality of it was like, you could see that Wiley's little squad that he had around with him, they were all kind of like MCs and like, you had the Dizzies, you had your Breezes, that was his boys from school. That's who really should have been, like, that was, I used to be a part of them as well, to be fair, SS Crew. Do you remember the SS Crew? That was them and them Rinse. And then, yeah, so when we broke up, it was more of a case of, I think, Wiley and Dizzy, while we was going commercial, like, people think that we're all one in it, but we're not really. Like, these times, them man are off doing their thing on radio. Dizzy Rascal ain't, he's roll deep, but he's not pay as you go. Their manager, and then man pulled a kind of little fast one. I say it's a fast one, but I don't think Wiley might remember it. But what happened was, we were managed by, at the time, to get our champagne dance deal was managed by Dizzy's manager. I think Nick, the guy that might be managing him. I'm not sure if he still manages him now. But when Nick was managing us, Wiley comes to me one day and he's like, nah, man, I don't like, because that was him originally, him and Dizzy's manager. And I mean, we didn't, Pay As You Go never had no manager. I had a manager solely before that, which was a guy called Trenton, who manages gigs and whatever and other people. So I was like, all right, cool. He was like, no, I don't like Nick, man. He's doing all this. He was just telling me he's doing all sorts of mad stuff, and he's like, I don't like him, man. I'm telling you, Max, you got a managers in it. You know Trenton. Just take him to Trenton and that. I was like, it goes, because we had like a little deals and that were coming on table. Like Universal wanted to sign us and everywhere. I was like, cool. I took Wiley and them lot to Trenton, and so Trenton was like, all right, cool, I'll take over the deal. But what happened was, that man made Champagne Dance in Universal Studios. Sony, Semtex, obviously got the kite that from T-Bone that, yeah, I got Noe, you know what I mean? So he just wanted to sign a Pay As You Go tune. So Semtex was like, yo, remember meeting me, like, yo, and Leighton saying, yo, man, I really like your song, like, Noe, I really want to sign it. What's the deal? So I was like, yeah, we can talk. So obviously T-Bone and that were trying to shot Noe to Semtex and that, but these times Universal, them lot, Don P and that, like, recorded Champagne Dance in their studios. So they thought they had a piece. So they're trying to offer us an album deal and whatever. But then Wiley's like in the mix saying, nah, don't stay with Nick, because Nick sorted out that thing. So it was all messy. And then I was like, I'll never forget, we dropped Nick out, went with Trenton and that, got in a deal into the Universal meeting, and the guy's like, yeah, so I'm confused here, because like I got you guys coming in trying to sell us Pay As You Go, and then I got Wiley coming in selling us Roll Deep. We're like, what? Wiley doing what? He's selling what? He's Pay As You Go. What are you talking about? This time we don't even know he's left the group yet. You get me?
Yeah.
I was like, that's mad. He's like, well, as long as Maxwell D and Wiley signs the deal, then you know. And then 500 bags went down, $500,000 went down the drain. Yeah, went down the drain. We didn't sign the deal because that's what he wanted to do. Because Wiley was confused. Them not were confusing up the situation. They were like bringing like Dizzy and whatever. Because Nick, we left Nick. But what Wiley done? He threw us. I don't know if he done it intentionally. Bless him. I don't know if he done it intentionally. But he threw us over to Nick and to Trenton and that. Yeah. And all us jumped ship
like Jay-Z and Dash.
And then he doubled back
to Nick
with Dizzy and that. And then they went. And they were trying to do their own thing, but I think he might have realised that on the street now, the new Nick, because we've been on the road for a little while. I've been doing it, like, so you got to remember, so from 2000 up to 2003, I've been running it red. You know what I'm saying? For me, 3 years, like just MCing, doing whatever, serious, have the thing. And then now, it's a new breed of little young, been listening to us lot for a while, getting all dark and it. So then your Dizzies are born, and then your Nasty Crews and whatever, all them man are doing their thing. And then I remember, like, it's
crazy, and that.
Yeah, just a little bit after, because he was in jail in it. So when they come out, when Wiley was doing the Dizzy thing, the Roll Deep thing, the streets, I think Wiley realised that they had heat. Even though we all had heat, but you know, it's like when people think you're a superstar, he's like, fuck them man there. We don't care about them man there. They want the guys that they can, you know what I mean, that are related. Because when Dizzy come out, take that Nokia. What? Who's got a Nokia? Yeah. Mad. I was
Crazy.
Like, rah. I wouldn't say something like that. Man's gone buy 5 Nokias.
Yeah, because we're not taking Nokias.
We're not taking phones. It wouldn't come into my mind to rob a Nokia. You know what I'm saying? But when I was in jungle, now street life I get harder. I could talk like that because that's what I was experiencing. So when I heard Dizzy, I was like, and he had a funny voice where his voice was so distinctive. But people thought they would Pay As You Go because they were with Will. So when Will was bringing them Dizzy on the sidewire and the tape packs now, and him and Gift or what they're doing the little sets, people actually thinking it's Pay As You Go, but really it's nothing to do with us. Like we're just like bringing them along. So we used to bring Dizzy to our sets, to radio sets, and I'll never forget Slimzy's birthday bash, and brought him on, and Slimzy goes to me, I brought Dizzy, can he touch the mic? And I was like, yeah, of course he can touch the mic. He's been hanging around us a little while, of course, man. And he had the I love you tune at the time. I love you. And then I remember he played it, it went off, he come up passing the mic, and he shut it down.
Big tune.
And I was like,
I
yo,
remember.
this guy's going. And I never forget, I was like, yeah, so what? Yeah, I said, yes, it's Page. In my head, I'm like, yeah, it's Page to go. You know, like, I really just like, yeah, he's one of the man them.
Yeah.
But no, we all had their own agenda. They were like, fuck that. They were just like, yeah, they just broke off and just done their roll deep thing. And that was the end of Pay As You Go. But I think when he wheeled done his roll deep thing, Ace went off and done East Connection. So he's gone off and started recruiting Bashy, Flirter. No, East Connection first was like Bashy, Nicky Slimton, Juki Mondo, God's Gift went over there, Precious, and a couple of their little world, whatever. And then he left that group and then he went to down a thing in Northwest Special Delivery and he found Flirter, Red Rum and Bashy and all of that world. And then he brought that to the table. And then I went off and done my Musketeers things. I had Lady Fury and Little Ashman and a couple, you know what I mean?
We had Lady Fury on this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Lady Fury, yeah. So obviously Lady Fury, we brought from East Connection, she followed me into Musketeers. And then so that whole little Pay As You Go just like broke up like a big atom bomb into all these little pieces of little groups, and then that was it. That was like the new wave of grime, because then we all was like more or less competing with each other, basically. Roll Deep, East Connection, Nasty Crew. Then you had Skepta and them lot come down from Meridian. They were doing they were on the radio station Big H and them lot. They were I think Skepta was a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Was DJing. And then I didn't even remember JME them times. And then you had all of that. So that, and then Deja Vu and Rinse, they were like the core grimes, because the music started changing as well. Because we just wanted to ride the rhythms, fuck the vocals, like I bring you flat, like big song, but like I used to be like man. But why are you playing that for, man? Man just want to squeeze, brother. Or what we do, be like, alright, cool, just play the girls them tune for the first half an hour and just lang it down afterwards. So to get the girls them tunes out the way, you know, I'll bring you and play all that, and then we do that, alright, cool. So that was the mission. So it was, the music started changing. Slimzy started playing more darker side of the garage. You get me? So it'll be like, then Wiley and that were making beats. So that with our production, with Slimzy's, like the selection of tunes he was playing, we started playing different to what a Heartless crew would play, or what a Soul Solid crew would play. We wouldn't play the regulars. We'd have our own little dubs. So like, our sets were different. And then we do all sorts of shit like chop up all the biggest hits, garage hits, 8 bars, after 8 bar, after 8 bar, after 8 bar, so that we just lang that down and the whole dance is getting mad. 8 bar, 8 bar, 8 bar, 8 bar. After every 8 bar, another big tune, another big joke, and then we just shutting down raves for about a year. We weren't that long, you know. Pay As You Go weren't that long.